Hmm. Hello. Okay, so I've been doing all of my live videos on Facebook, and I'm trying to move over to YouTube. I just got to deal with the password bullshit. So I wanted to sort of keep you updated, keep me updated, future me. Hi, future me. Hopefully, there is a future me. Better be a fucking future me. Anyway, so, basically, to sum it down, I was supposed to go visit my brother, but unfortunately, one of the kids or two of the kids, I can't remember, were sick, and so obviously he needs to be there with them. It took me a minute to understand that, though, which I think is hilarious, and he's such a sweetheart for getting it because I was like, "Oh, you mean bitch? Knock it off! I got to take care of these kids, and I'm probably gonna get it too." And I finally figured that out. And I was like, oh God, I really am struggling. And so, one of the things that I'm really going to be working by the way, did I show you guys wait, this way? Did I show you guys the new tattoo? It's still, it's going to eventually, I'm going to go back to this artist and have her fill it in and stuff, but it's nice. And it sort of shows the whole thing, I think. Yeah, that's right. I got arm hair. You got a problem with that? All right, so here's the dealio. So what happened was I was supposed to go visit my brother, and I had gotten this car insurance because I had gotten into an accident with my mom in the car because she said go this way, and I'm like, duh, I should probably look, and I ended up going that way, and I ended up in an accident. And now, because of whatever happened in New York or no Chicago, I'm gonna have to deal with that. But not today. Today I'm taking off, or I'm trying to. Mom keeps coming in with the questions, but I'm trying to just relax and reacclimate because I did not realize how traumatizing it is for me to be out there in the world and having to put on a face because I don't want to be around all the time, right? And so I focus outwardly on other people. Oh, that's pretty, or this is nice, or hey, we go this way, or whatever. But it was really nice because I finally got to the Chicago Aquarium, something that I haven't been able to do in a while, like ever actually. And I love fish, and I got some really great vids and stuff, and I'm gonna try to compile it into a video. So it should be interesting, but I'll post that later. For now, I'm in a lot of pain. I lived in New York City my teenage years, and I can tell you that walking was something we just did. So I had no problem. I'm like, dude, I will just walk up and down every street until I find it. And yet the guy helped me, and I don't even know how he managed to get to my car. It was crazy. But that's the one thing I'm going to remember about this trip is that I kept getting lost. Shocker. Mm. Um, it's funny because I go back, like, all right, so that's that. But it's like I go back to childhood, right? I'm literally watching Masters of the Universe Revelation, directed by Kevin Smith, who I love. But I have that on while I'm coloring. I got this at the porn/smoke shop. Says fuck off. Fuck off, I'm coloring. And so it's got a lot of nice, a lot of fun, irreverent things that I can color. Right now, I am so exhausted, and I feel like the only thing that I can do is just like rest and be kind because in the exhaustion, anger will come up. And so I have to be kind when that happens. And it's very challenging. The world doesn't revolve around me. I get that now. To everyone in the past who said that to me, fuck you, first of all, for saying that to a child and not understanding that their world revolves around them. But you're wrong because everybody's world revolves around everybody. Okay. And my world was me constantly trying to reach out for a reaction, have someone fight for me for once, so that I was not the nasty little foster kid. You know what I mean? You know the stigma that is attached to being a foster child? It sucks. And you age out of the system at 18. It's bullshit. No child should have to start their life like this, like I did, like you did, like other people have. No child should have to fight so fucking hard simply to exist and to pretend that we're okay so that we don't make it uncomfortable for the norms. Fuck that shit. And yet not, because there are situations where I have to pretend and put on the mask. And so when someone says how you doing, I'm like living my best life, and depending upon the way I say it, you can pretty much tell how I'm doing. But I've been lonely and sad. Lonely. But I'm trying to think of all the things. I mean, because I went for this trip to Chicago. Admittedly, it was exhausting because I had out, and first I had doctor's trip on Friday, right before I left, and so I went to the doctor and had my wound check, and I'm like, okay, we're good about that. I cannot wait to get this fucking thing out of me. Everything's going to be all right. I mean, I can sit here feeling like the end of the world is upon me, but ultimately everything works out for me, and it works out for you. But you got to fight. You got to be ready to fight for it. Because if you're not ready to go through that challenge, you're not going to be able to face the demons. They're your demons. Take control of them. And I don't care how you do it. Figure it out. I had to. I'm still doing it. But one of the things that I'm trying to focus on is recognizing the emotion. Ooh, I'm starting to feel anger rise up inside of me. So I will say to the person, I'm sorry, I'm feeling anger rise up. Let's hold on. Let's hold off on this. Let's do something else. And then we can discuss what you need to discuss. And so far, that's worked out pretty well. So anyways, I couldn't go to my brother's because his kids, and probably him and whoever else lives in the place that he owns, his house. I don't know. I just see, I don't know anything about the family. I want to know about them. I come from like a different line, so now I don't have to feel like such a freak because I don't look like my other siblings. Although, in certain ways, I kind of look like Laura. And the funny thing is, I look more like my bio mom than any of the girls combined, even though that they have claimed ownership of that. And I'm like, bitch, look at this picture. And okay, so I have had a really fucking interesting life, and I want to share that story. It's not child abuse porn, it's not meant to be something like that excites people or make them, there's no happy ending here. You're going to follow my page, hopefully, and you're going to follow my face page, hopefully, and, and read the blog, hopefully. And so that way there will be, and I'm starting up a forum for us so that you can log in and be, it can be, what is that called? When you don't know something, it can be hold on, I got it. You root for me here. I got this. Fuck a duck. I don't even know where I was going with that. It just like, this is one of the things that's so frustrating. Today, my mom is working on the financial documentation for the government. And I'm going to stand out and say, fuck you, government. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, because you're leaving people behind, good people who deserve a chance. And so I'm going to keep fighting, and I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to be obnoxious, and I'm going to share my stories. Hopefully I will find like-minded people. I'm looking for my tribe. Are you looking for yours? Do you want a tribe? Because I sure as hell would like to have my own tribe. I'm lonely as fuck. I'm sharing my open truth with you. And I know there will always be trolls, but I also know that sometimes you can make really good connections with people who are going through or have been through what you're going through. And so hopefully my videos will reach somebody that needs a little help, because that's all I want to do. Is I want to heal and I want to help. And I'm having a really hard time on the healing, you guys. But at least instead of being like a little brag going, well, I'm here, I wanted to come over, I was like, all right, change of plans. We're gonna go here, and then we're gonna go here. I went to the Stave Falls things. Wait till you see the video. It's so pretty. But life is just beginning for me. I'm starting over, and it feels good, actually. And now it feels like I've got to get up and clean, but I'm so sore that I'm just going to be like, I don't want to do it. Also, I can't remember. Did I show you this? It's kind of hard to see. Wait. Yes, that's hair, by the way. But this is, it's a semicolon, and it has the birds coming out of the semicolon, if that wasn't obvious, breaking free from it. So my story represents not just my story, but my grandmother's story. And I only know a fraction of it. And my biological mother's story. And again, I only know a fraction of that. But I think that this journey has fucking blown my mind. I never thought I'd find out who my sorry about that. I never will find out. Wait, I thought I would never find out who my biological father was. And the only thing that I'm happy that he gave me is my two siblings and Sicilian blood. Because let's face it, guys, we're a tough breed. Even I'm a like soppy bitch, but I didn't make it this far by turning away from fear. So anyways, I'm going to work on building a movie that I can upload here that will show you my journey yesterday, because it was really intense. I got into basically two accidents, which was very frustrating, especially the second one, because I'm like, I don't understand how the hell this happened, because it was a curb, and I must have was doing a turn or something, and I just scraped the fuck out of the two tires, and I'm just like, I can't take it anymore. I'm losing my shit, man. I'm like, I'm getting to the point where maybe I shouldn't be driving for a while. I mean, that would be torture, but I got the bike, and it doesn't hurt my back to ride the bike, so my stomach's no longer so big that it covers up the steering wheel. Anyways, if you know any eligible men in Madison, Wisconsin who could dig, this hot mess, DM me. Oh man, you guys. This is not the life I planned. It's not the life I'm going to have. I am going to fight, but not today. Today I'm going to rest. Tomorrow I'll fight, and I'll let you know how it goes. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're focusing on yourself and giving yourself the time that you need to deal and process. That's kind of what today's been. It's been interrupted a lot by mom, but we're joking about it and stuff. And I actually think I did a video on the Facebook page where it actually shows me being triggered and activated like a bomb, boom, boom, and my poor mom. And then I'm like, this, and I said to the camera, I'm like, now you get to see how horrible I am and how awful I am, and so I post everything on my pages because I want to know the whole story. I've got a book to write and I'm in the process of it, and I keep having some major ideas. And I think right now that's where my focus needs to be. And I think that I might not use the car anymore because I feel like scared. Like, what if I did make a mistake? What if I hurt someone because of a medication that I'm on? When I first started with the alprazolam, it was like maybe 30 pills. Okay. I got 180 here because my psychologist, I was not willing yet to take medication, but I was still having these issues. And so they're like, okay, well, we'll increase this and you'll stay on this until we're ready to deal with it. But the problem is it's taking so long to get to a point where I can actually deal with it. And I'm addicted to them. Oh, and I was shut down by my cousin Shelly because I smoke legal THC. Meanwhile, the issue wasn't THC, the issue was Xanax. And everybody else is like, oh, it was a nice time, blah, blah, blah. Remember nothing. Read my mind. I'm going through different things. But it was funny because being in Chicago, oh, that reminds me, I got to pay the tolls. But being in Chicago was nice. It felt good to be in a city again. It felt good to see buildings and lights at night. That's always been my favorite. I wanted to park somewhere and just walk. And I think I will do that one night. I'll just drive up there and then get a parking spot and the full address so that Siri can take me back. And I'm just going to go and I'm just going to walk like I did in New York because it was so fucking cathartic. And I'm going to keep fighting. I mean, I know sometimes I come on here and I'm just, well, Facebook really, but I'm just struggling, and we all are, right? We're struggling. And yet that's what we're doing, guys, Give yourself a pat on the back because you're here today and you're living the life that you're living, whatever it may be. And only you can make it better. If it's not great, if it's not what you want, but you're responsible for what you say, for what you do. Yes, it's the result, it's the symptom of what you were taught when you were growing up, of how you were treated. But it's wrong. It's not your fault. You didn't do this to yourself. Somebody did it to you. And it was wrong. Maybe there were a lot of somebodies like in my story. It was wrong. And our generation, I feel like we're sort of set back a little bit from the newer generations and even from the older generations in a way, even though I know child abuse and shit happened all the time back then. But I mean, had I been born later, I probably would have been taken away from her sooner, but then my mom would not be my mom. There's this thing that happens when you are orphaned and when you are a child between the age of 0 and 5. If you are neglected, if you are traumatized, it affects your brain development. And that's something you need to consider because it chemicals and imbalances and things like that. That is what is causing things. I don't eat unless I'm PMSing. I think about it, but I don't know if I actually do it. I can't remember. But I don't crave food. I don't want food. I used to eat constantly, day out, I would eat. And I grew and I grew and I grew. And then I went back to when they were filming Jurassic Park and I said, "Hey, I'll do the stomping for you." I hated it. I hated myself. I hated everything. I thought it was all my fault. And here it was some sort of chemical pathway that just was like, yeah, well, we just need to be straightened out a little bit, you know? And so I'm still not okay. Man, I'm not okay. And I hate that because I thought I got away from it all. I thought I escaped, but I didn't. I'm not okay. But I do things and I'm fighting and I mean well and I'm trying really hard. And there are so many different sides to me. And someday I'll do a little video on that because throughout the years, there have been so many different versions of me, depending upon what the foster parent, what the psychiatrist or psychologist or, the social worker wanted me to do. So here I am. I look like a deflated balloon. I'm okay with that. It's not like I'm trying to impress anybody. If you can't handle a little little bit of chubbiness, it's actually not as bad. You'll see in the pictures. I've lost so much weight. It's wonderful, and I feel so much comfortabler, much more comfortable. By the way, also, just an FYI, if somebody watches this, they're lonely and looking for friends. And no, I'm not talking about sex. And no, I'm not talking about spam. And no, blah, blah, blah. Only people with kind intent. If you are lonely and you need to talk, I am here. I'm trying to switch things over to YouTube so it automatically updates on Facebook because I don't know if any of these are really going to work, but I keep trying to understand the new ways of sharing things. And so now I'm going to get into video editing, which is a challenge, and I am up for it, motherfuckers. I should go brush my teeth. I don't know if I did that today. It just requires me to get up. Hold on. There you go. Just give me a minute. So amazing because you can feel it going down. Oh, see, now that is good. That also means if I ever get some strong weed, that's going to be interesting because this is the legal shit. Oh, did I show you this? They have them in different colors. Aren't they cute? All right. Well, anyways, I doubt anyone is going to be watching these videos, so I'm just going to keep popping them out my ass though because this is important to me, and I want to spread the information about how you're not alone. It feels like you're alone, but you're not alone. Come on here. There are a lot of people who are suffering, a lot of people who are struggling. Come on and help them. And maybe in helping them, you help yourself. Just do the search. You're not alone. There are so many of us that are right next door, and we don't know that right next door is someone who's suffering. People can be as cruel as they want to be, but there's a reason why they're being cruel. Something happened to them, or they of course were born with like a mental disorder, no, mental illness, so like narcissism, things like that. That's usually what the illness is or something like that. But my point here is I'm never going to be normal. And I'm okay with that, but I have to get clean. I have to clean the house. I have to organize everything, and I need to start working a little bit, like planning out my days. I think that that's a really good idea, to plan out my days by time frames. So that way I can go, okay, I'm going to do this, set the alarm. I'll do clothes for this amount of time. Or, okay, now I'm going to sit down and color for a amount of time. Okay, let's do some studying now. And then let's clean the floor and let's do this. You know what I mean? It's just one step at a time. That's what I'm working on. And I'm fortunate because I have my mom helping me. That woman is amazing. Someday I'm going to do a digital art piece for her, of her, maybe for the world to see. Because seeing her through my eyes is almost impossible because she is just so bright. How do you not give up on this? And to think that I barely got through school, I was so bored and I was like so used to moving all the time. And here I get into Marymount Manhattan College because Mr. Robert Rhodes of New York City was kind enough to write a letter to the dean. And the dean said, this is, and he made me promise not to open the seal, so I didn't open the seal. I wish I had done it, but I just couldn't because I'm not that kind of person. I try to make and keep promises. I don't always do well, but I'm human. So, um, man, school is hard. I would, I would smoke in the upstairs. Like when we were at, IS 70, I'd go and I'd sneak smokes up in the upstairs bathroom with other kids. Oh, are you out? There we go. I'd also cut class, and like I was friends with a security guard at the time. He even took me to Central Park once and bought me a really pretty scarf, a Picasso one. They don't sell that shit anymore. It's like all the stuff from the 90s, man. The way that they did it is gone. And if they think that's cleaning it up, that's a mess. They're taking away all the artist, all the art, all the beauty, all the eclectic, wonderful things. I just don't understand. I don't understand why people can't just be kind to each other. And that's something I'm researching. I'm trying to get the human mind. And ultimately, we evolve from primates, we evolve to a point. And I want to understand that. I want to understand how long it takes to evolve all of these creatures, but in synchronicity. You know what I mean? Like, no religious people, don't you post because I'm not a fanatic or anything, but I just think it's fantastical, that oranges were created and bananas were created and fruit and food that we could sustain ourselves on, but then meat becomes a staple and they go out and hunt in groups and stuff and they learn how to cure it, and they're around the time when they're learning fire and stuff. Brain power increases, everything changes. And so I want to know why are we still this way? Why am I still this way after all these years? Why can't I just, and never say this to a survivor, okay, only let us say it to ourselves, but why the fuck can't I just get over this? I'm tired. I am so tired of trying to understand, of trying to explain, of trying to be kind and loving and be a good person according to my standards, not other people's standards. I want to help people. So, if you'd like to be a part of the journey, I mean, if you're watching so far, please do. And you can always go to the Facebook page and see past videos. Eventually, I'll figure out how to do that. But to tell you the truth, I'm tired. But I would love to have you guys as a part of the community if you feel that the community could help you. So thank you for watching, and I hope you're doing well. And just remember, no matter where you are in this life, you are valid, but you are also responsible. Okay? We are responsible how we respond, and that's hard. It took me years and years to get to the point where I am, and I'm also dealing with the PMS, maybe post-menopause, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's too one of the things is like I still can't get over this. It's been years, and I should be able to get over it. But it's like I don't understand why Christy left me and why RJ was in such a tit. I mean, I just don't get it. It's like these were supposed to be my best friends, and the only thing I ever said was just don't lie to me. How do you look at me and see me as a horrible person? If you want to see me as a horrible person, you can look at the video I did earlier of me and mom talking and me getting upset. And the reason was this is just an explanation, not an excuse, but the reasoning behind this. Okay, so I had, first of all, to deal with many triggers along the way. Okay, so I'm very fucked up from 9/11, and I'm still working on it. Nah. Anyways, it's so funny because I feel so bad because I know I was going in one direction and I lost it. But anyways, I feel bad because my mom is supporting me and the government is not helping. And it makes me angry that the system is so fucked up that people like me are expected to be able to fill out all of this paperwork and do all of this stuff. And some of you can, but there are a lot that can't. And hi, I'm one of them. I am in and out, man. I am in and out. It's awful, but it's still better than it was. But it doesn't have me in a better place. Nobody gives a flying fuck that I've been traumatized. Nobody gives a flying fuck that I was denied those years, those precious years while my brain was being developed. I was denied the love and affection that should have been given to me. This is no wonder that I have an attachment disorder. But now that I know that I have attachment disorder, I can go forward with that and just tell people upright, hey, look, I have attachment disorder. I'm going to tell you this. Please don't heed that. That's not me, because I'm trying very hard not to do it, but sometimes it slips through. I don't catch it soon enough. I fucking love everybody. I mean, I may say I don't, but I do. I have enough love for the world. I just wish we could all be kind to each other and help each other out. I mean, there are people around me who are probably very lonely, people starting families, grandparents, grandkids, children. I told you the other day that my mom's biggest dream was to have all of us kids in our family sit down for a Thanksgiving meal with all the accoutrements, right? And that will never, ever, ever happen, unfortunately, because it's a mess, man. I relate more to the Russo side than I do to the Alden side. I've always been the outcast in the Alden side. And my sister and brother are the coolest fucking people ever. I can't wait to meet them. But it might not be for a while because I got to figure out how to get the money to fix the car. And I need to clean. I sort of gave up. But today I'm off. Today I'm taking off. And I was trying to, but Now I think I can. I think my mom has the info she needs, so I can just take off and rest. But I will tell you, life as a survivor of childhood abuse and trauma is very fucking difficult. It's unique to every single person who has ever endured anything. You're valid. Don't you ever forget that. And don't you ever let anyone try to take that away from you. You are valid. You are real. You are strong. You are here for a reason, and the world is a better place for your existence. And I want you to remember that. Because as we have established since the beginning, I can't lie. If I could, I'd be like, I mean, I can't lie. So I am sending my love out to every single one of you that needs love. And I am sending out a big old fucking bear hug to every single one of you. And I know it sounds stupid, but I do feel energy transfer. And I know it's weird, but I feel it. And it may or may not help, but when there's nothing else you can do, I guess platitudes are there, right? So I'm going to actually go back to coloring my fuck off. I'm coloring the Complete Connection book collection and and watch He-Man, the Revelation. I love you, Kevin Smith. Just so you know, totally adore you. Your family is awesome. Okay. It is so weird growing old. I mean, I worked so hard for a career. I worked so hard to become who I was becoming at that point. And all I wanted was to be normal. I didn't want to be scared. I didn't want to have everything be a fucking for me. But my brain was going off constantly. Hypervigilance. Hypervigilance? Yeah, I think it's hypervigilance. Um, you can't just tell someone to relax. You can't just tell someone to get over things. That shit is bullshit. It's gaslighting. It's trying to take your reality, which is a lot more difficult than their reality, and they're trying to sub it so that the realities are the same. But you have to dig deep into the darkness, because if you don't dig deep into the darkness, what's the point of any of it? I mean, stop lying to yourself, stop lying to your psychiatrist, stop lying to your family, stop lying to your psych. Did I say psychiatrist, psychologist, therapist, whatever? The reason that you're seeing them is not, they're not getting paid to just talk to you or listen to you talk. No, they are there to help you delve into whatever disorder, whatever dysfunction, whatever fucked up thing you have to deal with. They are there to help you along that road. And I think that that's a valuable, valuable thing. I also think that it's something you have to be careful of, because there's a lot of young kids doing it these days. And those little fuckers, no way. No way. These kids are not treating me, not until I'm too old to complain. Um, no offense to all of you who go to school, as if anyone's going to watch this, but still, I'm not meant to offend you. It's just yeah, no, whatever. Don't we all have that thing? I want to exist. I want to mean something. I want to be a part of something. You know, I feel that all the time, and I don't know how to do it. So I'm just going to start. See, one of the good things about the medications that I'm on is they really get rid of my inhibitions. And I hate my fucking inhibitions. I am the crazy girl. I have been since I was a child. I was always the outspoken one. And I could never handle it if there was an argument but no solution. So I became the, and of course they called me the manipulator because I manipulated adults against each other. I'm a kid, motherfucker. I didn't tell an adult what to do, what to see, what to say. I mean, what the fuck? Uh-uh. And here I am now, after living in New York City, and my brother canceling our plans. And so I thought, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go to the aquarium. So I just threw some shit in the car and boom. And I was there all day and it was absolutely lovely. It was such a great experience. And I was also at Dave's Falls, which was another amazing experience. It was all exhausting, lots of walking, but oh, it felt so good to use those muscles again. And so what I've decided is I'm going to just make a bucket list of all the places I want to visit in Wisconsin and surrounding areas. So I'm feeling hope again, where that's one of the things that's so great about these videos, whether they help anybody or not, they're helping me because I feel positive again. I feel that I can do it. I can make it happen somehow, some way I will. I'm the problem solver. Mom's the fixer of the breaking, and I'm the problem solver. Oh, and I didn't tell you this, but I have an awesome idea for an app for us to find our tribe. Oh, I shouldn't even say more. I'm not going to say any more just in case some meanie beanie tries to take it away from me. Anyway, that's a coffee, by the way. But so I'm going to go finish watching He-Man. I have the power. Wait, what was it? From the something of Grayskull to something I have the power. Great, Kevin Smith. Thank you, you bastard, because you're the reason I'm watching this. Anyways, you know what? As exhausting as it was, as challenging as it was, as having, to spend the night there and everything, everybody was really nice to me. They helped me out. They were wonderful. Even the cops, when they came, I put that under the shirt real quick, and I was just like, because it's illegal there, I think. I don't know. I just didn't want to deal with it, This is legal. What I smoke is legal. But I have these memories now, and that's what I want life to be about. I want it to be about memories. I want to memorize the world and the people in it. I may end up into oblivion. There is nothing, I may be sucked into that great blackness, the blackest of black. Sucks all the way out. I may just simply cease to exist. And I'm recognizing this is a very real thing that could actually be happening. It's one of the reasons why I was glad I had the appointment for this guy a while ago, because, eventually my skin ain't going to be young person skin. I'm going to. But you know what? I want my spirit to stay the same. Not the hard stuff, but the good stuff. I want that to stay the same. So, anyways, here is, my attempt at the YouTubing thing. I haven't done this before, so, and ignore my skin. I'm never going to have fabulous skin. That's all there is to it. And yeah, now I look like a granny. Okay, so I am going to head out, but feel free to, if you happen on this page, feel free to comment and talk. Let's start some conversations, man. Let's get this shit going.